Hello and welcome back to Quantum Suicide. On the last episode, we suffered the consequences of failing the... I forget the name, I think it's Bidding Wars, I think. And after Beatrix outed us, Yoshiki and the captain, as vampires, or at least working against everyone, we died. And then we also got the ending where the captain of the losing team dies, but we're finally exploring the ending where Nicholas survives, meaning someone else has to die. I would guess it would be Beatrix's turn to die this time, but I'm not entirely confident. Anyway, right, so we should see how this turns out. I'm so sorry.
Enough of that. Now for the prize winner.
Okay, congratulations, Beatrix.
All right, well, let's get to it. But first, just let me take the time to really congratulate all of our winners and our losers. Isn't teamwork just the greatest?
No, I can't have lost.
Who was the team captain for your team? Beatrix leapt from her chair, pointing at her team.
You guys screwed me.
Now, Trixie. No one likes a sore loser.
Yeah, but this is a matter of her life.
This isn't fair.
None of this is fair. We're stuck in a death game, Beatrix.
Beatrix, I'm sorry. No one wants this.
Nicholas became desperate as his sister was now set to be executed.
What if we swap places? I'll die. I volunteer.
No, you can't.
I will. If it'll save you.
Nope, not swapsies. Sorries.
Not swapsies? I thought people said no swapsies. I don't know why the extra T is there.
But I want to.
Nicholas, calm down. There's no point getting in a fight with a deadly AI.
Well, you can't. Rules are rules. And besides, this coupon is good for one Beatrix. No substitutions allowed.
Beatrix was glaring at her whole team and had turned her anger onto the rest of us as well.
I'm a medic. What will you do if we're both gone, huh?
You aren't both gone, so what's your argument? Nicholas is right here.
You can't get by without us.
Yeah, but we can get by without one of you. I felt bad for Beatrix. It wasn't like we'd taken a vote and decided to kill her. She just lost the game, and that could have happened to any of us.
This isn't fair.
None of it is fair, Beatrix.
Yawn. How many times are you gonna say that? It is fair, sister. So suck it up and spin that wheel.
Di's big wheel of death appeared, and she gestured to it.
Come on, give it a spin.
I can't touch it, you moron.
And you never will, with that negative attitude.
That's like a Yoshiki line. You can if you believe it hard enough.
Don't worry, Trixie. I'll spin it for you.
How kind of you. Di reached up and pretended to grab the wheel and spin it. It flashed and changed colours as it span, blurring so we couldn't read the options as they passed the indicator.
Whoops. Looks like I pushed a little too hard. It may never stop spinning at this rate.
Everyone knows you're in control, Di.
How about you tell me when to stop and I grab it?
Beatrix was sitting back, glaring daggers at Di, but not saying anything.
No? Geez, awkward. Guess we'll just have to wait.
The wheel must have spun for 2 minutes before it finally started to slow down.
Ooh, here we are. Will you just look at some of these exciting options? Can't wait to see where we end up.
The wheel slowed again, and as Di pulled more and more ludicrous surprised faces, like she wasn't in control of the whole thing.
And the winner is poison.
Have we had that before?
Huh, that's actually kind of boring. But rules are rules. And what do we do when there's rules, Nicholas?
Not break them.
Hold on for a second, please. Alright, okay. Alright, so... This just seems like a situation we've had before. Is this skippable? It's not skippable.
You got it, handsome.
Di pointed dramatically to the door.
To the medical bay.
none of us had any choice but to follow her into the corridor. I don't know if I'm having deja vu or if I'm recording the
so
same episode
sorry.
twice.
Yeah, you keep saying.
She won't let me swap. But maybe there's some other way.
What's another way? In a face of Nicholas' desperation, Beatrix suddenly mellowed. For once, I saw the older sister come out of it. What? I saw the older sister come out in her.
I never thought I'd say this, but I think maybe we can't win this one, little brother.
No! No! There has to be something we can...
This just makes it seem like you're both a bunch of cheats, which we know that's not true, because you're actually medical professionals.
Nicholas, there isn't. Will you look at that? I'm actually being the reasonable one.
Are we sure we haven't seen this before? Right.
Die? Die, this isn't right. Why can't we?
Nicholas.
I'll die. Right now, right here. I'll find a way to...
You'll find a way to kill yourself in order to prevent your sister's death, which you can't do if you're dead. I think if you did that, Die would kill Beatrix anyway.
I agree. I don't think suicide will solve anything.
They're right. Nicholas, little brother, no suicide. I forbid it.
Again, who's going to stop you once you're dead, Beatrix?
Here we are.
We had arrived at the medical bay. We had gathered in a cluster by the door, waiting to see what Di was going to do. She couldn't physically give Beatrix any poison, so how's it going to work?
Nicholas, if you would step into the surgery room, we can get
And
started.
then he gets the gas, right? Cutting off the oxygen.
What?
We will.
Sure we haven't seen this before.
She...
I'm sorry that
I couldn't have. Come on.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Can I just...
Of course. Everyone out.
Cool. Timeline. Where are we on the timeline? She's good, right? Okay, cool. Beatrix's death, Nicholas' death, Yoshiki, Kitashi, Vladimir. Oh, okay, so Beatrix dies twice. Okay, that's why it's familiar. We have seen it before. I was wondering if I just ended up in the same place. That's also unfortunate for Beatrix. She dies twice. I mean, to be fair, Vladimir dies what, 3 times? So Nicholas, Yoshiki, Kitashi. Alright, so anyway, getting off track. Anyway, so the captain led the way out of the kitchen for those of us who remained and stood in the corridor silent. Eventually, the captain spoke up.
I suppose we should disperse. Katashi, can you wait here for when Nicholas is ready?
Of course.
Thank you, Kitashi.
Everyone else, let him have space. Don't try to push him to talk or anything.
We each went our separate ways, most of us to our quarters to hide away and wonder who Di would take next. I woke suddenly in a cold sweat, panting heavily. It took me a minute to firmly establish that I was safe in my bed. Not safe, just a nightmare. I could still feel the fluid on my skin. I was drowning, grasping for air, but it wasn't water that filled my lungs. It was blood. My throat was parched. The irony of being thirsty after dreaming of drowning was not lost on me. It should almost be morning. I might get a drink. I dragged myself out of bed and headed towards the kitchen. Who are we going to meet? I arrived to see Katashi, who was already in the kitchen. He stood staring at the fridge, face stiff and emotionless. Katashi? It took a moment for Katashi to register me speaking before he spun around, his face quickly contorting into a half smile as he saw me.
Good morning, rookie.
Hold on, right, I need to check another thing. Because in this time, Shizuka's dead. Who was dead here? Yoshiki. Okay. Okay. So that's the difference between these timelines. One being Beatrix and Yoshiki, the other one's being Shizuka and Beatrix. Anyway. What are you doing, UK?
Oh, I was just...
Don't stab us, please. The smile fell away quickly as it appeared.
The fridge. It's so full.
It was more than a little confused. Isn't that how a fridge should be? No, because it means Shizuka stole some food.
Yeah, it should be. But it usually isn't.
Kitashi trailed off. He was visibly avoiding eye contact. What is it? You can tell me. Enough standing around, slacker. I'm thirsty. What do you have? Come on. Well, doesn't he need to talk about this? Let's see if he needs to talk about it. Kitashi, you can tell me. Please, I'm here for you. Kitashi raised his head to meet my gaze. He was fighting back tears, eyes glistening with the glow of kitchen lights.
There's still a whole lemon tart.
I was trying to be sympathetic, but confusion dominated my response. Just put it together, man. Why are we so smart in some things and so dumb in the other things? Oh my, that's horrible.
We currently have more rations than I had anticipated.
And yet we're still here killing each other. So we're in surplus?
Yes.
I knew that Kitashi was pretty strict on with his food rationing. Maybe he was overwhelmed with joy. With joy, he says. Or I guess we think. At the prospect of having too much food, it was a little strange, but people express happiness in different ways. Well, how about we have some tart and bring the universe back in balance?
I haven't been allocated the extra rations.
As you pointed out, we have too much. We're doing the right thing here. Kitashi smiled weakly at me and nodded. Alright, let's cut ourselves a piece each and eat in the Eco Lounge. Kitashi unwillingly cut 2 pieces of the tart and wandered over to the Eco Lounge. Come on. You need this as well. Let's get Nicholas and then bring him along as well. He can have my plate and I'll just babysit you both, I guess. This looks like the usual Kitashi. I looked down at a perfectly cut bright yellow slice of tart. I was practically salivating. I can't say it. I know it. Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm not even gonna try.
I make sure to only use the best lemons.
Kitashi still seemed a bit off. He sat instead at his plate, tapping it gently with his fork. Kitashi,
Lemon tarts.
eat the tart, Kitashi.
They were a favorite.
Yes, they were. So you eat them, and then you can see why. Even if you don't like them, at least you'll have tried, and maybe she will be happy. Oh my god! What? Who's? It dawned on me. Shizuka. Shizuka loved lemon tarts. Whoa! Only if you noticed a couple of minutes earlier. She was also constantly stealing food, which is why we are now in surplus. Kitashi must have considered that when rationing, and now she's gone, we have far more than required.
This tart has been in the fridge for days.
I don't think Shizuka would care how long it's been in there, as long as it tastes good.
Untouched.
Just eat it, Kitashi.
After she died, I made this tart.
Why'd you make it after she died? Kitashi continued staring at his plate.
It's stupid, but every morning when I wake up and go to the fridge, I just hope there's a piece missing.
There is a piece missing. A piece missing from your heart, which we need to get through this timeline just so we can fix it for you.
Please, let there be a piece missing. Please, I won't be mad anymore, please.
He turned to face me, his eyes welling up.
But there never is.
Do we have to start stealing tarts and having them now? Kitashi's whole body slumped as he continued, words forcing their way through a thick veil of tears.
She's never coming back. I could make 1,000,000 tarts and she will never steal another slice.
I gently pulled Kitashi towards me, holding him tight as he cried on my shoulder. That's what he needs. Finally, the main character's doing something useful. I knew Shizuka's death had hit him hard, and this was the first time he had shared his vulnerability with me. I wish it had happened under different circumstances, but I was encouraged that he was comfortable enough with me to open up. Katashi sniffed to make way for words. Head still buried in my shoulder.
You must think I'm a baby for still being upset over Shizuka.
What? Katashi, it's a matter of death. Why would we be calling you a baby when someone has died? Someone close to you has died, and you're upset about it. That just proves you're human. Of course not. She's been with you your entire life, and was torn away from you less than 2 weeks ago. Katashi pulled himself away from my shoulder and gave me a very wet smile as he attempted to wipe the tears away from his face.
Thank you, Rookie. I needed that.
You apparently need a lot more. You need to actually start bawling. I smiled at him reassuringly. I can only hope that you will miss me half this much if we ever part ways. Katashi put his hand firmly on my shoulder.
I'm done with losing people. You're going nowhere.
There we go. That's a smile I'd like to see. It's also a really good line. Here's hoping. I raised a piece of my tart to my mouth and let it squeal of delight as it danced on my around in my taste buds. Katashi, you've done it again. We call tart or no. Will you be my husband? Katashi laughed heartedly.
Once we get through this mess, I will consider the proposal.
Such a sweet moment.
Oh, man. Well, I guess good things don't last. Just as the moon was lighting up as well, Katashi stiffened as he heard Dai's voice.
What do you want, Dai?
Well, good morning to you too, Mr. Space Farmer.
Seriously, please, just for once, tell me straight up what you want.
Next game, right? Dai's posture shifted slightly, her demeanor becoming more like eyes. Sorry. It was eerie, like she was wearing someone else's skin.
I have come to request your company in the dining hall for the announcement of the next round of the deletion game.
Request, and just like that, she was Dai again.
Okay, more like demand. Sheesh, remind me never to try the soft approach again.
I don't know. I think the soft approach could work, especially if we get used to it.
Very well, Dai. We will be there in just a moment.
Dai left the room without further theatrics. It was strange seeing her so accommodating today.
Alright, kiddo. Looks like it's time to go.
What about the tart? Do we finish the tart, take it to the kitchen, and then go to the dining hall? Do we go to the dining hall with the tart and start eating in front of everyone, making them jealous that we get lemon tart? Yep. I stood up and then proffered? I don't know. A hand to help Katashi up.
Promise me one thing.
What's that?
Promise me that you won't die this round.
No. I need to die. I need to die in every round. Katashi smiled, a warm and reassuring smile. He grabbed my hand, using it to help him up and get to his feet, looking confident that everything would work out in our favor. So Katashi's going to be the werewolf, playing the quarry too much. The vampire for the next game.
That's your problem to work out.
Did I miss something? I probably missed something. Katashi chuckled as he placed one of his hands behind his head.
Alright, let's get this party started.
We're gonna... Okay, I like your optimism. Katashi beamed as we headed towards the dining hall. I entered the dining hall once again to see faces, each looking as if they had been handed a death sentence and simply awaiting their execution. Or executioner. I shuffled my way through. My way back through. I'm losing my space. I shuffled my way through to the back, where I took a seat and prepared myself for the over-the-top showboating that Dai was likely to bring once again.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah. Yoshiki, care to join me?
Halle!
The captain swiftly slapped Yoshiki across the back of the head and rolled her eyes as she shook her head in disbelief of his stupidity.
Ouchie!
Halle ouchie.
Aw, Captain! You are such a spoil sport!
Get.
Dai quickly talked over the captain before she could finish.
Get on with it, Jinx!
She didn't finish the sentence, therefore it doesn't count.
Everyone heard me. We said the same thing. That means, Capitan, you can't talk till someone says your name.
What are you talking about?
It's an old human pastime that if you say the same thing as someone else, the first person of the two who calls Jinx makes the other person unable to talk until someone says their name. And if they do talk before their name is said, we get to punch them.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Why would we even do that? Punch them for talking.
Because that's the rules.
It is the rules.
Besides, you weird humans are the ones who made such a game, not me.
Not you, but how do you know that humans made it? What if a dog made it? I know the dog didn't make it. I'm just saying, hypothetically, how do you know that a human made it and not a different species?
Isn't that right, Captain?
Dice glanced at the captain, who now sat silently.
Captain?
Captain stared back intensely at Dai, who was now hovering in front of her face.
Are you just ignoring me? Or are you playing along? Wait, which is it?
Dai was starting to become irritated because she honestly didn't know.
Very well. Let's move on to this week's explanation of the deletion game. Or should I say, this Sunday's?
I wouldn't know what day it is. It's only day 16. I don't have named weekdays. I just have numbered weekdays.
What do you mean Sunday? The games are weekly.
No, you spoke. Gotta punch you now. Dai fumed when she heard the captain speak.
So you were just ignoring me. Not nice, Captain. Not nice at all.
I am not here to play your games, Dai.
On the contrary, that's exactly why you're here.
Well, technically.
Yes, we get it. We are here to play a game with you. But why is it this Sunday?
Well, you broke the rules last time, so now I've changed the scheduling.
Wasn't it the twins who broke the rules?
No buts. Let's get down to business.
To defeat the Huns. Vampire children.
Vampire One.
We know how the game works. Get we can't skip.
Excellent.
Dai suddenly zapped out of the room and broadcast the open overheard. Yeah, I had to realize where I made the mistake. Dai suddenly zapped out of the room and the broadcast opened overhead, where we could all hear Dai using her best customer service voice again.
We understand that you have a choice in Deletion Game Carrier and want to thank you all so much for choosing the Dai Deletion Game service. We murder for your satisfaction, and we look forward to servicing you again this Sunday.
A bonny to my Clyde. If I were the vampire, who should I make my partner? Okay, well first... Well, it's going to be Nicholas who calls me out, isn't it? Because last time it was Beatrix who wanted revenge. Now it's going to be Nicholas being rational. I'm going to get Katashi and myself killed. Because it's been Shizuka, Beatrix, and I don't think we ever got that far for anyone else's route, right? I might just be wrong. The room quickly cleared as everyone went about their business. I couldn't tell if people were upset or scheming by their facial expressions. I remember when the Vogels tried to get me killed by lying about their numbers. I woke to what felt like a torch being shone on my face. I started to wince as light penetrated my eyelids. What are you doing?
Doing? I am but standing.
Okay, I thought it'd be Katashi. I struggled to open my eyes at the light, as the light was so abrasive. Once I had my eyes open, I realized that the light was simply I. She was standing over my bed with her face close to mine. Why is she this close? So close, her presence was literally uncomfortable. Aye, not so close this early, okay?
Yes, of course. My apologies.
Thank you. I closed my eyes and attempted to go back to sleep, hoping that I simply was there to and had no business with me. Maybe she just liked watching me sleep. I guess maybe because she's an AI and maybe we move around in our sleep, and she wants to learn why we do that and why she doesn't sleep. Maybe it's the fact of dreams. I hope that was it. I was exhausted. I tensed with my eyes closed and hoping she wouldn't speak. Moments passed. Maybe she was gone. I felt my whole body relax as though preparing to sleep once again.
Excuse me. The captain has requested to see you in the bridge.
Is this in the same span?
Are you okay?
No, you woke me up twice. I sighed sitting up, so much as the dream of her just watching me sleep. What? Okay, why is that your dream? Yes, What time is it?
It is 4:45 a.m. Shall I tell the captain you are on your way?
No, tell him I'm in a coma. What could the captain want at this hour?
I believe she has concerns about our location in relation to the black hole and is looking for reaffirmation.
This conversation again. Why is it not skippable? I flung myself back into the bed and pulled my pillow over my face. I heard pretending to clear her throat before playing back what the captain must have said.
Bring me them. We are getting awfully close to this black hole, and I am getting somewhat apprehensive. Shizuka is a great navigator, and she has done this many times before. But still. Why are you still standing there? Get me them.
Still could have been better options for everyone to refer to us as. Like the captain and I could have referred to us as the new recruit, just as Katashi refers to us as rookie. Or Yoshiki refers to us as bestie. I groaned and threw the pillow over my face, sitting back up on the bed. That's how I feel. Can't we almost die another day when I have had more sleep?
Should I ask her to postpone almost dying?
Yes, please. Sweet science, no. Asking her that would result in me dying today.
So shall I tell her you will be there soon?
Yes, probably better. Yes, please. I'll just be there in a moment, thanks, I bowed and zapped herself out of my room, which fell back into darkness as the illumination disappeared from her, with her. Maybe dying wouldn't be so bad. I mean, it's uninterrupted sleep after all. Yep. I smiled at myself for a moment before pulling myself out of bed and heading towards the bridge. Captain... no point reading all this.
Of course.
How do you...
Nightmares? What a curious...
Well, I assume you have most trouble sleeping if you're awake at this hour. I'm just assuming that it's nightmares. I recently had one of them when I was drowning in pool of blood. I shrugged upon recalling the image.
Well, that is unfortunate, but understandable given the latest execution we witnessed. However, I have not experienced a nightmare since I was a small child, so I do not have any advice for you.
You don't worry, this is a nightmare enough. So, no dreams, eh? Sleeping must be dull for you. Not really. As someone who doesn't... At least, I believe I don't dream. I definitely don't recall any dreams when I wake up. It's fine. I just wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, what do I have to do today? Well, not entirely true. First thought is, what time is it?
I never said I do not dream. Simply that I do not experience nightmares.
Why are there two of you? Why are you... Is the second one going to kill the first one? Like a crazy person? Huh?
I am a lucid dreamer.
Just on command, lucid dreams, eh?
Yes, to explain it simply, I am consciously aware that I am dreaming, and therefore have control over the dream, which is why I do not have nightmares anymore.
I believe that's literally just you're not even sleeping. You're just thinking with your eyes closed. Wow, that's amazing.
It has its benefits.
Does it have negatives? Like what?
For example, when I was younger and studying for exams, I would study in my sleep.
That's just thinking. You're just thinking with your eyes closed. Of course, the captain studied in her sleep. She had the ability to fly with birds, run with dinosaurs, but she chose to study. I guess that's beneficial.
I'm glad you agree. Your work ethic impresses me.
You do not impress me at all. You go crazy over the slightest things, such as me being best friends with Yoshiki and threatening to kill us if we expose him as the vampire. You go crazy over us if we die, and even if a replacement of us showed up, you'd kill them too.
All right, now the reason why you are here.
To go back to sleep.
Yes, just over a week ago, I made the choice to stay on course towards the black hole.
Okay.
We will be at
Alright, cool. We'll get through this and then...
Wise words, but...
Anyway, right. Hopefully you've enjoyed, but I feel like this was just a massive recap. With a little bit of confusion of whether or not we actually should be in this timeline or not. Which, turns out we should be. This one, Shizuka's not here with us. The only relevant point was the Katashi and his emotions. But regardless, I do hope you enjoyed. I can't say it's the same this time. It's just a recap. With that, goodbye.